In this video, we're going to teach you how to do the layout on your wood to match the lines that you made on the SketchUp model for the picture frame. The wood you're going to get is two pieces. They will be matched grain, meaning they're cut from in line with each other from the wood. So these two pieces, as you can see here when we put them together in the middle, the grain lines match up on the front side and on the back side as well. So the grain lines all match, and you can see they latch up there. So when we start with this, what you have to decide is what is the pretty side and what is the ugly side, and you're gonna match that for both of them. So you can see this side, don't worry about the little black mark, that sands off. This side does have a little ding in it right here, and it has the green striping on both pieces on this side. If you don't like that green, the other side is a little more clear, called the white clear, and it has a little bit of the brown here instead of the green. So if I wanted the pretty side is what my face is going to be when I'm actually looking at it on the wall. So if I want this to be my pretty side, this would be my ugly side because of the little ding right here. This back side is the side that I'm actually going to put all my lines on. Now I also want to make sure that when I do this, I kind of keep them in order. So these are connected right here. I want to make them face the same way so that as I build my picture frame, all the grain lines match up around the picture frame. So I've got my ugly side face up. This is going to be the side I do my markings on. I know that right now. First thing you're going to do is when you get this, you're going to put your initials on the ends. So you're going to put your first and last initial and your period number on both pieces here. So again, right on the end, first and last initial and your period number, so that we know in our tubs which one's yours. And if you happen to leave them somewhere, we'll know whose it is. So we got those. Make sure the grain is still matched up and facing. When we're ready to work, you have to make sure you have a pencil. Okay, you have to use pencil. You cannot use pen, marker, or anything else. It has to be a regular erasable pencil when we make our marks. You're gonna need two tools. You need a ruler and a speed square. So those you're gonna get based on your table number. So you can see this table I'm at is table 10. So we're gonna come back here to the cabinet. I'm gonna find the table 10 rulers. So I'll grab the one here. And we're gonna come over to the board, and these are the speed squares. Yes, I know they're triangles. Trust me, they're called speed squares. So I'm gonna find my number 10. I'm gonna be very careful to not rip the hook off the board, but we have my speed square here. So we're gonna bring these back to the table. With the rulers, don't bang them, thwap them, tap them on things. Be careful, they are metal, they are very sharp. The corners can get you if you're not careful. So we got this, and have the speed square. Okay, so the speed square, we call it that because you can make square corners, 90-degree corners. You have this area called the blade, where it's skinny, and then this is kind of the frame, sometimes it's called. So this will actually hook onto the wood, and we use that to make sure it stays flat against the wood, and we can draw a 90-degree angle here or a 45-degree angle here, which is what we're going to be doing. So to start with, we're going to measure our marks using the dimensions from your picture frame printout. So we're going to be using the inches side of the ruler, and you have the foldable so that you can reference that as well. So the inches side, it says inch right here, and we're going to be measuring along here. So we're going to start over here with the 7-inch mark. Again, I'm on the ugly side. So I'm going to start right here with the 7-inch mark so that the edge of the ruler is with the edge of the wood. And I am going to come with my pencil and I'll make sure my ruler stays straight with the edge of the wood here. And I am going to put a mark at the 7 inches. It's a little vertical mark, really lightly, just enough that you can see it. A little mark at the 7 inches. All right, you see pencil mark right there. To get the 9 inches, we're not gonna flip it upside down or anything crazy like that. We're gonna come over here and take our 12-inch line. We're gonna put 12 inches at the edge of the wood. So right here. And then we're going to keep that level. And we're going to come over here to the 3-inch mark because 12 minus 3 is 9. So we're going to put our mark right here at the 3 inches. Again, you really got to make sure that the 12 is lined up right on the end there. So we got our 7 and our 9. We're going to do the same thing on this one now. Again, keeping the direction of the wood the same. Line up to 0 on the end. Keep the ruler straight across. Put a mark at the 7 inches. Bring the 12 down here to the end. Right on the end of the wood. Come over to the 3 inches and put a mark. So if you line them up, they should be in line with each other. Now, we're done with the ruler for the time being. We're going to use our speed square. So it's really important with this that we make sure it is locked onto the edge when we use it. So we talked about having the frame and the blade here. So when we go to make lines, you gotta make sure your frame sits flat against it and we hold that tight. If we don't hold that tight, our angles are gonna be all messed up and it won't work. So we're gonna start with our 7 and 9 inch lines here. So to do that, we're gonna keep it flat against here. And then what we're going to do is adjust it with our pencil angle. So we're gonna put our pencil right on the line. And then we're going to slide this over, keeping our pencil up and down till it's against the pencil. Now to make sure it stays, this is the nice thing about this hole right here. You're gonna put your thumb in here and pinch that tight against their wood. Then you're going to bring your pencil mark lightly, but a couple of times so you see it all the way up along the square. So we have our line right here. And do the same thing again. Put your pencil on the 9 inch mark, slide it over. Then you're going to pull up across there. The reason I'm pulling up is because there's a little dent right here, which can make it tricky to start. So we're gonna pull past that. So now we have our 2 lines right here. And in the middle of that, you're gonna put an X, okay? We'll do the same thing over here on this one. Again, pencil on the line, the square against your pencil, pinch it tight. So your thumb is pinching and your fingers are pinching that flat. Pull it up, pencil on the line on this one, pinch it tight, pull it up. So we have both pieces now. And you can check your measurements are correct if you put them together and they should line up. Sometimes there's still a little wiggle from that bump in the square right here, but that's okay. Now we got those, we are going to work the angles. So before we do the angles, one more time, it's always good to check that your lines match up. So double checking again, my grain lines match. Just take and slide. This is where it gets a little tricky with the grain lines, or with the angle, sorry. So we're gonna use the 45-degree side, because if you remember on your SketchUp model, we had a label that said all angles 45 degrees. So what we're gonna do is be careful how we line this up. So you're gonna put your pencil, now it's tricky if you're right-handed or left-handed, you're gonna have to kind of do opposite. So we want your line to go right through the corner of your wood. So we're gonna line it up so our pencil is right on the corner. We kind of put the square up against it. It's really important that you are pinching tight here so that does not move. It's really easy if you're not careful, this will actually swing and go the wrong way. So I've got it lined up on the corner. I'm gonna drag up, because I'm left-handed, it's easier to pull up this way. So I've got that and it goes right through the corner of my piece right here. So I have my angle going that way. I'm just gonna slide it down and I have to do the same thing off of this line. Put my pencil on the corner, and if it's messed up, you might wanna go over your line again. So put my pencil on the top of that line, bring my square over. Again, make sure I'm pinching tight, thumb and fingers there. And I'm gonna go up that angle. So now I have that angle. Now we got to make it go the opposite direction. So you're going to take your square and you're going to just flip it over. So now the angle goes this way. We're going to do the same process. Put your pencil on the line this way. Put the square up against it. Make sure it's lined up. Keep it flat, pinched here, and then pull up. So now my 7-inch piece is good to go. I move over here to this end, do the same thing. Pencil on the corner. Line it up. I'm going to pinch and pull it through. Okay. So I got the basic lines on this one. I'm going to do the lines here. Again, keep your angle of the wood grain the same. I might as well start like this since my square is set up. So again, pencil on the corner, pinch the frame tight so it stays flat. Mark your line. Keep the same thing here, pencil on the corner, slide the square over, pinch it in place, mark, and now we flip. I'm going to switch hands with the pencil so I'm less likely to make the frame slide around. So again, pencil on the corner, pinch the frame and go through. Right through the corner, right where we want it. And then I slide over to this one, get it lined up with the corner with the pencil again, and pull through. Okay, now both pieces have the 7-inch and the 9-inch pieces. This should look very, very close to your SketchUp model. We are going to add a couple other markings here. So now that we have our angles done, we are going to put a little X on these little triangles here. Those X shows that it's scrap. We're going to cut those out. We're going to do that on all 8 triangles that we have, because we will be cutting those out. We're going to get rid of those. One other thing we need to label on this side is right along the bottom. So right along this edge here, where in our SketchUp model we had that little groove, the rabbit groove that we pulled down, we're going to write bottom on here, kind of small, so not very big. You can see how little it is, but you're going to write the word bottom on there. And that is so that you realize this should be on the bottom when we go to the router. So in order for the router to put this groove where we need it, it has to be facing down. So this has to be on the bottom because the router comes up from the bottom. So when we route it, it's going to come up and cut that edge here. So this has to be labeled bottom so we know where it's at. If you recall from the safety test, for the router, you should also see your name the entire time. So to do that, the reason we do that is so you can see your name and to make sure this is face down. To get your name going the correct direction, it's really, really important you do this right. So we're gonna have to put your name on the other side. So what you're gonna do is take this bottom edge, this side here, we're gonna roll it up away from you. So what is the bottom edge is gonna roll up and away from you. So that's this way. So again, the bottom edge where it's angled in, roll it away from you. Now what we're going to do here on this middle side, we're going to do the same thing on this one. So now on this side, right in the middle, we're going to start with 2 arrows facing that edge. So 2 arrows facing up. Again, draw them lightly, but dark enough you can see them. And on that edge, you're going to write to router. So R-O-U-T-E-R, to router, along that edge. Again, lightly, doesn't have to be huge, but put to router there with the arrows. Because again, that edge is the one we're gonna route. So we're gonna have that face down. The to router is what we're gonna put against the fence to make sure we're routing the correct edge. The last thing we're gonna do on these is right here in the middle. Again, lightly, but slightly bigger, you're gonna put your first and your last name and your period number. So again, lightly, because we're gonna need to be able to erase and sand this off later. If you push too hard, you're gonna put grooves in the wood, and this wood is soft enough that you will dent it for permanently, potentially. So we've got first and last name and to router on this side. And again, if you flip it over toward you, you've got the lines there. All right. So when you are done with this and you've got all that done, do a quick check, make sure your measurements are there, make sure you got all the markings. You're then going to come over to the red supply table and check it against the template. So you're gonna bring these over here to the supply table. The template will be right over here. So on our other side, we have the to router and first and last name and period number. And flipped opposite of that, we have our lines. Sorry for the bad lighting. So we got the red lines showing our measurements. So when you check this, what you're gonna do is hold your piece up to first double check that your 7 and your 9-inch markings line up. And then what we can do is, I'm gonna have to kind of go a little bit backwards. So make sure first that lines up. Then what you can do is actually go upside down a little bit, so that if you hold this, so my 9-inch piece should line up at the 9-inch line here, and the end of that should line up at my 9-inch here, and on my corner lines should meet up. And we go to the opposite end down here for the 7-inch. If I get my end of my template here at the 7-inch line on mine, and I get mine at the 7-inch line on the template, your corners should all match up and it should look like that. It's kind of goofy, but they should look just like that. Once you checked it on the template, you'll put the template back on the table here. You're going to then bring these up to your teacher, and they are going to double check your measurements to make sure that they are good and everything is set before we go to the shop. If they point out anything that needs fixed, they'll usually put a little mark where it needs to be, and we'll fix it and get it rechecked if it's really bad. So once you got it checked and your teacher has checked everything over, you're gonna put these away. So when you put the speed square away, you're going to bring it over to your spot. Now notice the blade goes on the left side and the teeth are on top. So when you hang it up, put the teeth on the hooks and the blade on the left side. Your ruler, again, double check your number. There should be a blank missing number with that same number on the board. Put that on there. Okay, when you get done, make sure everything's cleaned up. Your wood, once you've had it inspected from the teacher, is gonna go diagonally in your tub so it fits. Good luck, have fun, and be accurate.